So what's good, y'all? I want to jump on real quick, and I'm looking at the Iowa non-conference schedule, and I kind of wanted to get this video out a little bit sooner than this, but what better time than the present, right? So let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's discuss the Iowa women's Hawkeyes non-conference schedule, and we're not going to be diving as deep as we were last year, simply because I can't quite find everything I'm looking for some of our miscellaneous opponents. For some of the, I won't call them lesser teams, but though everybody has those teams that they play that aren't exactly quite up to par. And so, I do want to do my best. So let's try to do our best as we go through who Iowa is playing and my predictions in terms of will we win or lose. And if I know a lot about the team, I'll talk about them a little. And if not, we'll just discuss what their record is and if I think we'll beat them or lose to them. So let's go ahead, guys. RC is here. We're talking about it. October 30th, the Iowa's women's basketball team takes on Missouri Western. Missouri Western, they had an overall record in 2023-24 of 25-6. The conference record was 19-3. It's an exhibition, so it's not going to count. So, that's a positive sign. We'll be able to play completely free. We'll be able to see what rotations look like. We'll be able to make adjustments without feeling compelled or basically like we have to stick with something. Basically, we will be just trying out things, get a feel for each other, defensive, offensive flow, things like that. So it's good to have that at least one exhibition game. And Missouri Western, don't think you can take them lightly, but I do think that we will come up with the W in an exhibition game out the gate. So, yeah, we beat Missouri Western on October 30th. Next, November 6th, we play Northern Illinois. So with Northern Illinois, they finished last season with a 15-16 record. In the conference schedule, they finished 8-10. When I look at Northern Illinois, I see a team that might try to give us a little bit of confusion, a little bit of competition, but I do think that Iowa will find a way to get past Northern Illinois. It'll be a W, but I don't think you can just write NIU off, but I feel like we definitely have more talent than, say, an NIU team. So, yeah, I give us the win over NIU. I won't pretend to know everything there is to know about them. This is a mid-American conference, and I don't watch, so that's, I don't watch them that often. So the conference itself, I don't watch much. But, I'm giving us the dub. We're going to move ahead to the next team, Virginia Tech, November 10th. So Virginia Tech, new head coach Megan Duffy. It's going to be a lot of turnover with this team. They are one of the matchups that I'm looking forward to with us. I'm definitely looking forward to see how they come out looking. BT, I'm definitely looking forward to see how Iowa plays against them this season. Last year was a tight game all the way through, but obviously last year they had Elizabeth Kitley and Georgia Amore, and you guys know who we had on our team. We missing a whole lot, so the game is going to be different. It's going to be a really different game this year. Players that you might want to look out for on Virginia Tech, be on the lookout for Karis Baker. It's a possibility that she takes a huge step this season, for real, and also be on the lookout for Carly Wenzel. These are two Virginia Tech players that might be able to make a little bit of noise for new head coach Megan Duffy. From the Iowa side, again, just looking to build consistency here, playing a top-notch quality opponent, even though Virginia Tech is in the middle of either a rebuild or a retool. We shall see. But the victory, I'm going to give it to Iowa. I do think it's going to be hard-fought, though. It's going to be a hard-fought dub. So we're going to face Toledo November 13th. This is another MAC conference team. Last year they finished 28-6, and their conference record was 17-1. I think Toledo going to fight hard, folks. I think Toledo is going to play very hard, and this is one of the teams that I think is going to be able to beat us because, this is a young team for Iowa. Of course, we got a few veterans. Of course, we return some top-notch talent and some hard-working players exist on this Iowa Hawkeyes team. But I do think this one is going to slip away from us. Toledo's just going to be hungrier. And, again, this is a team that last season won this conference. So me personally, I think it's going to be an L. I don't think they're going to blow us out or anything, but I don't think we're going to beat Toledo. Up next, we have Drake. Drake plays his heart, and the women's team, not the rapper, but Drake always plays his heart, always plays his tough. Um, Last year we had to dig out an overtime victory against Drake. They finished last season 29-6 in the conference, 19-1 overall. This team will return Kate Debonair. They always just find a way to be in these games with us, and I expect nothing more but the same this year. When you play an Iowa team that's partially inexperienced, still going to be trying to get acclimated with new players to sort. It's going to be another hard-fought game. Drake is always, at the top of the Missouri Valley Conference. And so with some of these teams, you always might see me having to check something here or there because some conferences I don't watch that much, and I have to kind of learn on the fly. Of course I watch the games, but I don't know where a lot of our non-conference teams come from, and it's not for a matter of me not investigating. It's just for a fact of matter of me not have wanted to or needed to. I just was concerned about the team and not so much where they came from. But yeah, I want to say that it's tough. We'll squeak out a win versus Drake again. We'll squeak one out. Yeah. So let's move on to the next team. That's November 20th at Kansas. So Kansas has got a lot of transfers coming in. And let's see the record here. It's going to be Kansas finished 20-13 and 11-7 in the Big 12 conference last season. Last season, in the postseason, Kansas lost 60-85 to West Virginia. This was actually, excuse me, guys. I know that Kansas made the tournament, but the problem is I asked when were they eliminated, and it gave me the wrong date. So excuse me for that. Kansas made it to the second round, and I believe USC knocked them out. So kind of had to do my own research there because Google failed me. But yeah, let's move on to the next team. Oh, before we do, I think Iowa can beat Kansas. So we'll give us a W right there, and let's move to the next team. Washington State, November 24th. Yeah, so Washington State, this is another team for me that's looking to retool or rebuild, depending on which way they want to go. Let me tell you guys what Washington State's record was last season. Washington State would finish 21-15 overall and 7-11 in conference play. The thing about them is, obviously, you lose a great talent like Charlize Ledger Walker. And again, this team looks like, they are not who they once were. But that doesn't mean that I was definitively going to hand this team an L. If anything, I just don't know how consistent Iowa will be. I know that we will win games in this non-conference schedule. And believe it or not, I think the fact that Washington State has some really nice international talent coming in on this team, I feel like they got some pretty good talent incoming. And believe it or not, I like the flexibility and versatility that this provides them. I mean, they bring in a 6'3" player, a 6'2" forward. So that guard that I just mentioned was a 6'3" guard forward from Estonia, a guard forward from France, and then one from Barcelona. And this team is just going to be a squad that fights really hard and out to, make a name for themselves, as they look to do something this season better than they did last season. And I think inconsistency kind of strikes the Hawkeyes here. I think we're going to take the L to Washington State. I do. So moving ahead to the next team, we got Rhode Island. This is part of the Cancun Challenge. Let's talk about Rhode Island. So Rhode Island went last season 21-14, and they finished with a conference record of 10-8. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know much about Rhode Island, but 1 second. Well, I know Rhode Island had made it to last year's conference tournament title game. This is the team that is apparently, from an article I read, is going to be in for a complete reset this upcoming season. So I just kind of feel like, with the turnover that they'll be having in players and coaching staff, Iowa should be able to win this game fairly easy, fairly well. Again, it kicks off the Cancun Challenge, which goes November 28th and 29th. I'm giving this victory to Iowa, giving this game and victory to Iowa. So, yeah, it's going to be one of the easier non-conference games, in my opinion. I give us the W. Up next, November 29th, still part of the Cancun Challenge, BYU. So Brigham Young University, fairly mediocre university. Not going to do anything too special, but should fight hard and against the Iowa team that's going to be learning and evolving and trying to grow. As the squad as the games go, learning from wins and losses. Yeah, this part of the Cancun challenge, but I don't feel we'll be challenged too much. I'm taking Iowa in this game. No disrespect to BYU or Rhode Island, but I will put on a nice showing in this Cancun challenge, taking care of business, working without overtime. But let's go, man. We got a couple more teams. Stick with me. December 7th, up next, Tennessee. One of the games another game I'm looking most forward to. If you guys haven't, go back and watch my video that I dropped. I talked about it already. The 3 teams I'm looking forward to us playing the most. One was Virginia Tech. Here's another one, Tennessee. Let's talk Tennessee. And Tennessee is bringing in a new head coach and Kim Caldwell from Marshall. And Tennessee is losing Rickea Jackson. Let's talk about Tennessee's record last season. So Tennessee last year, 20-13 was their record. Conference-wise, 10-6. Valuable effort. Valuable. Well, that too, but valiant effort throughout the season. But they fell short. They fell short in the tournament. They fell short in the conference tournament, the SEC conference tournament as well. And this team is doing a reboot as well. Not going to look the same this season for the most part. I do like the new head coach. I think this is going to be a hard-fought game. I'm gonna give us the W here, but I think it's going to be a close game. Yeah, so Iowa over Tennessee right here. Up next, folks, Iowa State, the rivalry, in-state rivalry. Let's go, December 11th. Yeah, folks, Iowa versus Iowa State. Rivalry is huge. Okay, last season Iowa State went 21-12 overall, finished in the conference 12-6 record. And here's the thing about it. It doesn't sound like, the most amazing record in the world, but this team caught fire as the season would go. And Eddie Brown is just key on this team. Audie Crooks is huge on this team. Emily Ryan, they the real deal, folks. So it's going to be challenging, and it's going to be tough. And this thing ain't going to be easy. And Iowa State, they had to be tired of dealing with us all the time. And we've been so good in recent years, in recent memory. And I think Iowa State going to be looking for some get back. And good back, too. Get back and get back. They're going to be good when they try to get us back, and I think that they might. I hate to say it, but I can't be biased. I do think that they have a better team. Maybe we will have grown rapidly and fast, and we might somehow sneak the win, but I don't think so. I hope I'm wrong, but I got Iowa State winning. I got Iowa State. The Cyclones going to spin around us, and they're going to win. Oh, it sucks. I know it does. And lastly, December 20th, Northern Iowa. Let's talk about it so we can get up out of here. But this has been fun. Kind of wish that I was able to get all the info I wanted to really, truly dive into this. But let's go ahead and talk about it. Iowa versus Northern Iowa to close the non-conference schedule, December 20th. So another rivalry matchup, 16-16 overall record, 14-26 conference record. The Missouri Valley Northern Iowa squad. We will find a way to win this game. I do wish that, I want to say this before I go. I wish that Iowa was playing K-State and LSU. Those are the 2 teams missing that I wish that we would have sent out a challenge to play. I don't know who you take off, but I'm sure that we would have figured it out. I think that this schedule will give us time to gain some confidence. There will be bumps in the road here. Some of these games are going to be tougher than others, but I expect to find out what we are truly made of before we get to a boiling physical conference play, where you're looking at some juggernaut teams coming in UCLA and USC. So, before I go real quick, let's see something. One sec. And I'm going to go ahead and say I did the calculation, and damn it, I better be right. We're going 9-4. 9-4. That's going to be our conference play record, 9-4. What y'all think our conference play record going to be? In the comment section, folks, I want y'all to let me know. Man, this video, ran on for a while. But this was fun. I will admit last year's was more fun because I was able to get more info. And I can get the info that I want on the other team. But the thing is, I want to get this conference schedule out because it's already way past when I wanted to put this out. And so going forward, we'll try to be a little bit more informative for the other team, because even if the other team ain't important to say, you and me. It might be somebody that really, really wants a full breakdown on the other team. And so, some of these things I know, some of them I don't. Some of them I've known players for them in the past, coaches and stuff like that. But yeah, can't wait for non-conference schedule to kick off. It's always fun. It's always exciting. No crossover at Kinnick this year. Boo! I wish it was every year. I really do, because it was such a spectacle last season. But looking forward to that exhibition game. Iowa women's Hawkeyes basketball will be back. Something to look forward to. And folks, I am going to get up out of here. Thank you for watching. Comment below. Subscribe if you haven't. Iowa Hawkeyes faithful. This is what we do. We talk Hawkeyes. So if you're new and you like the Iowa Hawkeyes, hit that sub button. And if you don't, you just like women's college basketball, or you're a fan of whoever is your team, hey, I might talk about them too. You never know. I'm out.